Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this exclusive webinar with Humanitas University in Italy. Today's webinar will go on for 1 hour. In the first 30 minutes, we will be discussing about the university, and in the latter part of the session, we'll be having a Q&A session where all of your doubts and queries will be answered. Today, we have Ms. Benedetta from Humanitas University with us. Over to you, Ms. Benedetta.
Good afternoon. Benedetta from Humanitas University. I work in the marketing and orientation office, and I will be presenting Humanitas University with you. I will start sharing my screen. Perfect. So we're an international medical school based in Milan, Italy. We chose this place when opening the university and before that the hospital because in Europe, Lombardy, where Milan is situated, has a great healthcare system. It's very cherished by Italian citizens, but not only. So we also have many international patients coming from all over Europe and the world. Before going on explaining the university, I just wanted to share with you a brief video so that you can have a better understanding of our history. Perfect. So as you could see from the video, we're a pretty young university, but at the same time, we also have really come a long way. We're in the international ranking as the best new entry in 2023, and we are one of the best medical university both in Europe and in Italy. In particular, in Italy, we are the second best Italian medical university. Why? Why those high standards? Of course, we want to offer the best education, but there's clearly a way to go about it. So as you could see from the video, we are not only a university, we collaborate strongly and closely collaborate with both Humanitas Hospital and Humanitas Research Center. Of course, clinical or research activities cannot go on by themselves. And to keep those high standards in both the hospital and the research center, we need to train physicians, scientists, researchers that will be able to keep up with this. So this is why we created Humanitas University. And actually, we're based in the same campus as both the Humanitas Hospital and Research Center, which means having a very easy access to both for our students, and at the same time getting professor or researcher to come into our university so that the education can be integrated. We offer two international degree courses. The first one is medicine and surgery, and the second one, medtech school. Medicine and surgery welcomes every year 140 European students and 50 non-European students, while the medtech school, 70 European students and 10 non-EU students. I want to specify that in these categories, if you have an Italian or European residency permit or citizenship other than your own, you will be considered as an European student. So you will enter in the European category. If you don't, you will enter in the non-European category. Let's have a look on the medicine and surgery program features. So the degree course lasts 6 years and it's considered a master's degree, even if you can access it right after high school. The degree awarded comes with a license to practice, which means that right after you finish your 6 years, you can and will be able to enter into your residency program or your specialization to become a general surgeon. As you can see, the first point is integrated modules. What does that mean? Our students won't get to study, for example, chemistry and anatomy as two different subjects, but they will study it in one module. This is due to the fact that, of course, in the human body, you cannot, as a doctor, separate these two subjects. So it's better to get used to this since the beginning. The clinical activities in mostly the Humanitas Hospital, but not only, we also collaborate with other hospitals, start from the third year, which means that you will do part of your curriculum in the hospitals. Of course, by the sixth year, you will be doing more and more. But at the same time, as a medical student and not yet a professional, you will not be able to cure yourself, the patient. You will, however, shadow the doctors and follow them in the procedures. For highly motivated students, we also offer research tracks. But for all of our students, we do consider part of the curriculum the practical activities with hands-on experience in the Maria Rossato Simulation Center. This simulation center is in our building, is the biggest in Europe. And there we will see some images on that, and you already saw something on the video, but you will be able to be the lead on the cases. But the medical world is changing very quickly, I must say. So nowadays, Humanitas Hospital is one of the most technological in Europe. However, of course, technologies will not only be used by us, but the more years pass, the more they will be used by every other hospital. So we care about giving our students a kind of education that allows them to really understand the technological parts. So we created the medtech school. The medtech school is a degree course unique in Europe. It merges two degrees. The master degree in medicine, which is just as valid as the traditional medicine surgery degree course, but also a bachelor degree in biomedical engineering. The course still lasts 6 years. It doesn't require more, and it's done in partnership with Politecnico di Milano, which is a great engineering university here in Milan. How does it work? As you can see, both titles are awarded at the very end of the process, which means that you won't be able, after 3 years, to just get your bachelor and go on with a master in engineering. This is due to the fact that integrated modules, in this case, are not only integrated between different medical subjects, but also between engineering and medical subjects. So, for example, anatomy, it's not only done as anatomy, but also we use the anatomage table, for example. And I don't know if you already know the anatomage table, so I will just quickly explain it to you. It's a big tablet, full body, that scans human bodies and can replicate their functioning. So for anatomy, we use that table, but medtech students will also learn how to program it. So as you can see, there is a strong integration between the two subjects. The clinical activities in this case start from the fourth year instead of the third, because from the third year you will have master classes with important biotech, but also pharmaceutical companies, such as, for example, Medtronic or Johnson & Johnson. I think the second is more known due to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. But truth be told, these master classes are requested by the companies because they're very interested in the figure of the medtech students. So, as I told you, this course is almost unique in Europe, and it was born just 5 years ago. So our students will graduate next year, and already many important hospitals and companies are very interested in their education and their future. What's the employability? So our aim as a medical university, of course, is to create doctors, clinicians that can have a better understanding of the technologies in the hospital and can use them to better the patient's cures. But of course, it's also possible to work in the industry as engineers or for pharmaceutical companies, while having a very deep understanding of what the hospital needs. Because of course, as you train to become a doctor, you will know better than someone who train as an engineer. Of course, for both the medicine and medtech degree course, you will be able also to continue your career in research through, for example, a PhD program. Here you can see the Mario Luzzatto Simulation Center. I forgot to mention that also our medtech students will have access to this simulation center. You can see some of the areas. So the first 3 pictures are about our high fidelity rooms. You can see the patient is called Al. Al is a high fidelity simulator, which means that it can act just as a real patient would. So we can practice cases with students being the main clinician, but while being in safety. Below you can see both the anatomy lab, where we can practice on human cadavers, which of course is very important for the education of a doctor. and the cube, where specific procedures can be tried on. Of course, becoming a student of Humanitas University means much more than just studying. So I just want to speak about some of the possibilities. We do not ask our incoming students to speak Italian when they come to Italy, but by the third or fourth year, depending on the course they chose, they will need to know at least a B2 level Italian. This is due to the fact that as you're going into the Humanitas hospital, you will meet with Italian patients. And of course, not all of them speak English. However, we do offer language labs in which you can learn Italian, but also other languages. And we didn't have any problems with the learning of the language because you're living in Italy. So by making friends, by going out, you will learn enough Italian to go on easily. We also offer international projects. So the fact that we are an international university doesn't just mean we get incoming international students, but we also offer international opportunities, such as the Erasmus Plus program, which is a 6-month long program that you can do with a partner university in all of Europe. And we also offer travel grants, which are shorter projects. Usually they last 2 weeks to up to from 2 weeks to up to a month. And here the student is the one choosing his project in partnership with a university, a hospital, or also a research center or volunteering company. And we help you get there, both with all the administration, but also financially. So, for example, last year, 10 of our students went to the Generico Hospital in Madagascar, where they got 2 weeks of experience. We also offer a USMLE preparation course. So the USMLE is the residency admission program for the US, and it's considered to be one of the hardest in the world. And many of our students either want to go to the US or to challenge themselves and be scored on an international ranking. So we have them right from the first year to get the experience and the preparation to do this exam as easily as possible. Right now we have 12 students participating to the USMLE process because it's a very long one. It's considered an exam, but it has many stages. How to get in Humanitas University? We do have an admission test. It's a private university, so it's an internal admission test. And for medicine and surgery, it's very close by. It will be held the 8th of March. And if you're interested, I highly suggest you contact Cadre International because the deadline to register is February 27th. So actually just a few days away. And this exam is all based on logics. Why? As high school students, no one has done medicine. So, of course, it would be hard to set a standard, having students coming from all of Italy, all over the world. So we want to see what our future students are able to do instead of what they learned in high school. So as you can see, you will have 16 multiple choice questions to be answered in 2 hours. 30 are scientific thinking, which means procedural, mathematical, and visual logic, while the other 30 are academic literacy, which means that we give you scientific tests, and we ask you we want to know how much you understand without having previous knowledge. It's a bit different for the medtech school because, of course, as you will be also doing an engineering part, we need to know you have the basis to get on well in that too. So in this case, the online admission test will be held the 5th and 19th of April. And to get 2 chances, you can register up to the 28th. You will still have 60 multiple choice questions, but you will have to answer them in 100 minutes. So you can see here, 20 are for mathematics, 10 for logical reasoning, which is logics, 10 for biology, 10 between chemistry and physics, and 10 for technical scientific culture, which are just general scientific knowledge questions, such as what's what did Edison invent, such as this. You can actually see 2 past tests on our website. So if you go on the apply page, you can get to see those tests. So I say that if you register for the medtech school before or by March 28th, you will have 2 chances. This is due to the fact that we want our students to try the test and have the chance to get a better result. So as you can see, we will only consider the best out of the 2 scores. However, if you're in your second to last year of high school, you get 4 chances because you can take the test twice this year and twice next. You will not enter in the ranking, but your score will be valid next year, and we will only consider the best out of the 4 instead of out of the 2. So, sorry, before going on, actually, I just want to let you know that we do have some requirements, which are to have finished 11th year of high school, and you need to have a valid degree or be in the process of getting the degree. Fee and scholarships. So we will also see the European category, as you may have an European citizenship or Italian citizenship. And for European students, the fees vary depending on the family income or ISEP index, which is our index. And they vary we have 4 brackets from 10,000 to 23,000 euros per year. We do offer, however, scholarships. We have 7 between full and partial for medicine and 5 for medtech. Full, of course, means that they cover all of the fee, while partial means that you will be paying 6,000 euros per year instead of the 10 to 23,000. Between 4 and 6. They are assigned on the basis of both merit, so the ranking, position, and the high school grades, but also financial requirements. And they're meant to be kept for the entirety of the degree course, as long as you can keep up with the requirements, which are to have completed at least a percentage of your exams and to get an average of 27 on 30. For non-European students, the tuition fees are only of 23,000 euro per year. They're fixed. And we do offer 2 partial scholarships for medicine and 2 for medtech. They're assigned only of the basis of merit requirements, so ranking position in the UMA test and high school grades, and they are still granted for the entirety of the 6 years. So here you can find our contacts. I'm sure you also have the Cadre International contacts. And if you have any question, I think we can start with the Q&A. If
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Benedetta, for that information and the presentation. We will be moving on to our Q&A session now. So the students, you can type your questions below. There's an icon in the center bottom of your screen. You can type the question and we'll be answering them. So let's begin with that. The first question is by Rania. Rania wants to know the scholarship will be based on the high school and the IMAT exam.
so, as I said, it's not. It's a internal exam. As we are a private university, we do have our own exam, so it's not the IMAT. They are called UMAT and METEC admission test. So no, the scholarship will be based on both, while the admission will only be based on the UMAT test or the METEC test, depending of which degree you choose.
Okay, can I just clarify this? IMET is just for the public universities.
Yes.
Since Humanitas is a private university, that's why they don't need IMET. They have their own test. So a scholarship is based on the top 10, 10 students who get in top 10 places. Plus, they will see their record also for school certificate and this no. So this has nothing to do with IMET, no. Thank
Exactly.
you. Go ahead.
Okay. The next question is by Yusuf. Yusuf wants to know when will admission test results be given to the students?
So the results will be given a week after the test takes place. So, for example, the first test was on February 2nd for the medicine surgery degree program, and the results were published, if I'm not wrong, the 9th or the 10th of February. And you will see them when you register. You will have a code, and you will need to enter that code to see the admission test. They will be published on our apply page on our website.
Okay. Yusuf also wants to know if you have to separately apply for the scholarships.
No, you are automatically considered for the scholarship when you enter the admission tests. How does it work? When you enter, we take the first 30 for medicine surgery and 20 for medtech, and we contact them, and we then proceed in the consideration on their high school grades, and also ask them for a meeting to see how motivated they are, and then we choose between those.
Okay. Moving on to the next question by Zen. Zen has asked three questions. First one is, what is the estimated cost of living to budget for?
Yes, so it's hard to say because it depends on where you are living. So if you, for example, live, groceries are about, I will say, 300 a month, while the housing depends if you're in a single, double, or in an apartment. So it can go from 600 to 1,200. So if you put those two together, it can be from 900 to 1,500 per month.
Okay. The next question by Zen is, what is the advantage over British MBBS degree of a Humanitas MD degree?
So we are recognized all over Europe in many non-European countries. So I suggest, I don't know if the British master is accredited in other countries. I believe it is, but you need to look at which ones. And I believe the advantage will be that you really get to be a part of the medical world in not only the university but also the hospital research center, which are one of best in Europe. You will get to live in an international atmosphere while living in Italy, which is one of the best countries for healthcare in Europe. So I think there are quite a few advantages on studying in Italy. And of course, I don't know much about
Okay. Can I
this.
add this one?
Yes.
Okay. British system is completely different. British system, they have a 5 year of this MBBS, which is a bachelor degree. In Europe, it's a master degree.
Yes.
Now, master degree does not mean that you are a specialist, but that's a master degree. If you want to pursue your PhD after MD, you can go directly for this one. While after MBBS, you have to do your master's and then PhD. So this is an advantage for this one. Of course, British degrees are one of the best in the world, but again, the seats are very limited. The costs are double than what you are paying there. So because because every university has got maybe 3, 4, 5 seats only, and there are limited seats, and the fees is starting from 35,000 pound up to 55,000 pounds a year. So yes, if you can get admission in UK, go ahead. No, yeah, because their degrees are very good, but these degrees are really very good and budget friendly, and it is easier to get admission here as compared to UK, although the quality is very good. No, okay, I hope
Yes.
that but if you consider which are the best, yes, UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, they are the best in the world. But first of all, can you get admission? Second, can you afford to pay the fees? If yes, then please go ahead. No.
Yes, I will say that personally, I don't know very much about the British system. I know some things, but I have not the. What I want to say is that we really are a small university. You saw our numbers. At the same time, we keep a excellent level of education, and this is also due to the small numbers, because here professor, clinician follow the students, if not one-on-one, but in the hospital, for example, you will never be more than 3 students to a doctor, maximum 4 students to a doctor. And this is due to the fact that we really care about giving the best education in the best way possible. So you need to look at, of course, there will be advantages in studying with the British degree, but there will be other advantages. So you need to do, let's call it a pro-con list, and choose which one is better for you.
Okay. The last question by Zen is, can students continue to work in Italy after graduation?
Yes, they can continue to work in Italy. Quite a few did. I maybe wasn't very clear on this, but as an international university, we are accredited, of course, in Italy, in all of Europe, but also in many non-European countries, just to say a few, UK, US, Canada, Switzerland. So you get quite a few chances to practice wherever you want.
Okay, can I just add on this? You are able to work subject to the condition that you speak Italian, because you
Yes,
have to pass the licensing examination, which will not be in
yes,
English, in the Italian language. If you pass, then yes, you will be able. Otherwise, you cannot know.
yes. I can say though that many of our students have an excellent Italian by the end of the 6 years, because 6 years, of course, is a long period to stay in one country. So usually, and as you will be speaking, will need to speak at least a good level of Italian by your third or fourth year, usually it's possible.
Okay. The next question is by Mahmoud. Mahmoud has asked us a couple times about the scholarship for Italian students for MedTech.
So the process is the same I explained. So you will need to access the admission test, and then if you are in the first 30 or 20 position, you will be called by us, and then the process will be the same. The only thing we will look at more than for the non-European category is your family income.
Okay. Let's move on to the next question by Akil. Akil wants to know, is there any age requirement to join if 18 is
Yes,
not completed? Yeah.
you will need to be 18 by the time you're in Italy, so by the end of August.
Okay.
Of August of the year in which you're coming to Italy, so 2024 or 2025.
Okay. Makes sense. Moving on to the next question. Omar wants to know, where do the students do internship?
So as I was saying, they do them in both Humanitas hospitals, but also we collaborate with other hospitals. For example, we do not have a geriatric ward, so we collaborate with other hospitals who do. We try and get the best hospital in the sector to be our collaborator.
Okay. Moving on to the next question by Rania. Rania wants to know, for the non-EU students, which is international students, how will the admission test take place?
So this is online based for all students, so you will be able to take it wherever you are in the world.
Right. And if students or parents you would like to register for this admission test, right, then the contact details are given in the chat box. You can contact us and we can assist you more for that.
Yes, and if you're interested in
Yeah.
medicine, please remember the deadline is in 4 days.
Yes. Okay. Next question is by Aisha. Aisha wants to know, can we still give the test if the student is in second to last year of their high school, but they can only start their study if they've completed their last year?
Yes, so how
Yes.
I said before, you will be able to take the test in your second to last year of high school. You will not enter this year ranking, but next year. So you will be eligible for the year in which you finish high school. Of course, as long as you pass your high school test and you graduate.
Okay. And Omar also is asking, how do we get the license?
The license comes with with our degree. So as you get our degree, you will automatically get the license. But you will need to do your residency or specialization to become, if you want to become a general practitioner, to then start working. But the license means so before COVID, students who just got their degree in medicine and surgery needed to do a 7-month internship to practice their skills. Now this internship is part of the 6 years of study, so you can directly access your residency.
Okay. I think this answers Anamika's question as well, where she asked if there is a licensing exam required to obtain the license to practice.
Mm.
Moving on to the next one. Okay, Mohammed Norez wants to know, will the living expenses be covered by the scholarship?
No, the living expenses only are not covered. We only cover the fees, and not in every case we cover the total of the fees. So it can be partial scholarships.
Okay. Vajiha asked, non-European students can apply from other countries, or is it necessary to be present in Italy?
You can apply from any country in the world. You
Yes.
don't need to be in Italy.
Okay. Yusuf wants to know, what are the A-level requirements for medicine and surgery?
So you can the A level are depends from the school, because for example, for the international baccalaureate, we do not have any requirements on A-level. We need you to pass the 3 main subjects and pass the year. So my suggestion is to look at the list of requirements on our page, which is on the website unimed.eu. They're pretty basic, but they change depending on the school you attend, on the kind of school you attend. So I will advise to look at that.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I just add this that you need 3 A levels in order to be eligible for the entrance examination and for admission. So 3 A levels is the standard requirement to get into the university. No. So it can be biology, chemistry, physics, or biology, chemistry, and other things. Right?
Yes,
So,
but this also depends on it depends on the school you're in. So please, because
Okay.
they change quite a lot based on the school.
All right. Moving on to the next question by Mahmoud. Mahmoud wants to know, can the students complete their masters in the same university, in Humanitas University?
Our degree is a master degree already. You will be able to apply for a residency in our university, but you need to pass the state exam because unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends. In Italy, there are not private exam for residencies. You need to apply to the state exam, and then you will be assigned. You can put Humanitas University as your first choice, but it depends on how well you score.
again, you need to learn the Italian language because
Yes.
this is not in English, no. So you need to first learn the Italian language, then you need to pass the state licensing examination, and then you will be able to get admission in a master program or this. Otherwise, no.
Okay. The next question is by Yusuf. Yusuf wants to know, what is considered a successful score in terms of admission test, or what is a secured score?
Yes. Unfortunately, I want to be clear on this. There are no secure score, and there are good scores. Of course, the higher the better. But as students change every year, we have seen quite change in how they score year to year. Sometimes some years they score higher, some lower. I will say everything over 130 is good, but it really depends on the students we get in the current years.
Again,
Okay.
it depends on this one that Humanitas will select only the top 50 students. No, so it's not like that. There is no fixed score. If you are in top 50, you will be automatically selected. No?
Yes, but we do get quite a lot of applications. So yeah, the higher the better.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Mahmoud wants to know, when is the deadline to register for the medtech exam?
In order to register for the medtech exam, to get the 2 chances, you will need to do that before March 28th. And then you will have until April 11th to get 1 chance.
Okay. Yusuf also wants to know, what is the acceptance rate for the non-EU students for medicine and surgery?
It's 1 on 11, 1 on 12, but it depends from the year. 2 years ago we had 1 on 14, so it changes based on the years, but last year it was 1 on 12, 11, 12.
Okay. Yusuf also is saying that he has done the first admission test and will be doing the next on 8th March. He has also practice provided on the Humanitas website. But is there any other resource that they can practice from or learn,
Yes,
that would assist them?
we do suggest IMAT, BMAT, and UCAT texts, and to do for medicine surgery only the logical parts. While for the medtech we suggested these books, of course, in all the subjects, plus the polyme tests that you can find on the Politecnico di Milano website.
Okay. Anji wants to know, for students coming from American schools, do they need extra requirements to their marks, or do they need to take APs or just the normal courses?
Yes, we do have requirements. You need to have, I will check in one moment for the specific. Just
You need to have APs, no? That's for sure.
yes, you
You
need
need
to
to have
have
APs.
APs, but there are
Three APs, no? Three APs normally.
3 APs, and if I'm not wrong, you need to have them in scientific subjects.
Okay. We have again a question regarding
Yes,
the
scientific
scholarships from
subjects.
Zain. How many
Sorry?
scholarships for yeah, we have another question by Zen
Mm-hmm.
regarding the scholarships. How many scholarships for non-EU students and what is the range of scholarships? This was already answered, but just let's try to, not repeat the
Yes,
questions.
it's 2 scholarships worth 18,000 euros per year.
Okay. Zen is also asking, is there any exception possible for the 18 by August, June, since he will be 18th in October?
Yeah, I am. For now, we didn't have any, but I will ask our student and admission office.
Okay. Rani also wants to know, is there a particular syllabus or curriculum for the admission test?
No, there is not. We do not have any syllabus. In particular for medicine, is as its own logics. We do not have the syllabus.
Okay.
For medtech is what you can find on the IMAT, BMAT in UCAT.
All right. The next question is by Mahmood. Mahmood wants to know, if the student graduates from medtech, can they do surgery?
Yes, they can. Of course, they will need to do a surgery residency. So, but yes, the medtech degree is just as valid in medicine as the medicine surgery one. Actually, you get
Okay.
2 degrees. So the medicine surgery one and the biomedical engineer. So you will be not only able to do surgery, but you will also able to better understand the technologies used during surgeries.
All right. Zoya wants to know, can the residency be done in any other country like the UK?
Yes, they can. So as I was saying, we are accredited in many European and non-European, in all of Europe, in all of European countries, but also in many non-European countries. The UK is one of those, so you will be able to.
Okay. I can also see many questions regarding the requirements. So if the requirements and the specific admission requirements are not clear to you, students or parents, whoever is asking that, we can always either contact us and we can check your documents and let you know about it. Mahmoud is again asking, they heard that the requirements for the admission is just the entrance exam. So they basically don't need the APs, they just need the high school diploma. Is that true?
No, it's not true, unfortunately. I will give you some more information on the admission requirements, that everything is more clear. So you will need 12 years of high school, as I said before. Maybe I said 11, it's 12. And you will need to be attending the last year or the second to last year. So if you are in UK, US, you're pursuing an international baccalaureate, an European baccalaureate diploma, you will have more requirements. For example, for high school diploma released in the UK, you will need 3 A levels or a combination of 3 different A levels and Cambridge PEU principal subjects. If your high school diploma is released in the US, you will need 3 APs in science-related subjects with a score between 3 and 5, so minimum and maximum. If for the international baccalaureate, yes, it's basically you need to pass your years and get your graduation, and the same is valid for the European baccalaureate. So those are the different requirements more specifically.
I just want to add this one. This question, I think you are confused. This is confused between Italy and other countries. Like, I mean, in Hungary, Poland, Czech, and other countries, they don't need any APs. They just want you to pass the entrance examination. But in Italy, this university, Humanitas University, you need to pass your APs. No, you need to have 3 APs for this. No.
Yes,
Other countries,
yes,
Czech, Hungary, Poland, they don't need APs, no. So I hope I'm clear for this, no. Okay.
Okay.
I think next question also we answered this question that that they can practice in Italy if they pass the state board examination, and that too will be in the Italian language, not in English, no.
yes,
That is
exactly.
answered, no. Yeah.
Okay. Mahmoud wants to know, how about Middle East?
We should be accredited. Yeah, we are, so it's possible.
Right. With that, I think we have answered all open questions, all the live questions. If there was anything that was missed, then as I've said before, you can always contact us. Okay. Anji is asking, are American school courses for sciences enough, or do we need to take AP? Yes, we need to take
Yes,
AP courses.
yes,
We already
yes, we
discussed
need
this.
APs. Yeah.
Okay. Umar is asking, is there any other date for the Humat online exam?
Yes, it will be on March 8th, as I already said. Please remember the deadline is February 28th, so in just 4 days. And it's if you register on the last date, remember that it's at the latest at 5 p.m. Italian time. So as you're 4 hours in front of us.
Yeah, so that means March 20th, you have to apply within a day or two. So please don't get late. Contact us as soon as possible. Call our office, apply self. Otherwise, you will miss this year, no? Because this will be the only date left, no? One is already passed, one is already finished in February, other one is in March, and that to finish, no? Okay.
Okay, I can still see a couple questions regarding the requirements, the age. Okay,
So the
Rana
age,
wants to know. Yeah.
I wrote the admission office. It should be August. If you want more information of this, please write to this address. I'm writing it on the chat.
You can contact us and we'll do. But
Okay.
that's generally it's in August. But
Yes.
if you need any specific, you can send us an email and we will reconfirm from the office. No.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
The mail is info@cadreinternational.com.
Okay.
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 All right. With that, I think we've answered all the open questions. Students, if there's anything else, obviously you can contact us. And with that being said, we will be ending the webinar over here. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you, Ms. Benedetta, for joining us as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Benedetta.
Thank you very much.
I hope to see some of the students at your campus. No.
Yes, I do too.